Good afternoon, Jason Shepard here with the Anchor Room. Today we're going to talk about the tools needed for this installation. This is a general tint installation video, and in front of you you're going to find a microfiber towel, a felt tip squeegee, application fluid, which is 1 milliliter of baby shampoo to 32 ounces of water, and just that also by itself, water in the spray bottle on the right hand side. The reason we are going to use application fluid and water: application fluid is soapy water, so we can place the item on the vehicle, position it to where we want it. Then we will use the water by itself to wash out any soap residue to get the item to stick. One item not shown in this installation is the actual heat gun itself, which may be required for tapering edges. Alright, today we're going to install this headlight top blackout panel. Actually, in today's case, it's going to be tint. As you can tell here on the actual design, there is a sharp 90-degree edge on the back side, because some of this material, to be exact, it's almost half of an inch, is meant to fall over the top of the headlight to give it a complete uniform look. A couple of things we want to point out is the back side of the lens needs to align with that corner on the template, as the front side of the lens needs to fall with the appropriate front side right there by my thumb. Very direct installation, should be fairly simple to do. Wet the surface down heavily with the application fluid we talked about. Wet the actual piece down heavily. Place it on the surface. Now I will make a suggestion that since the bumper is so very close to the front side of the headlight, that be the first piece that you worry about by sliding it underneath. So we can take the excess here. We're not worried about positioning at this point. We're going to slide it underneath, and again, remember that front piece needs to fall underneath the front lip. So we're going to move it just like so, round about, and then we can pretty much pull it taut. And then the back side, as we talked about, that front sharp corner needs to fall with the front sharp corner on the headlight, and that's going to give the perfect curvature of the headlight itself. And again, the reason we use application fluid is so that we can move things around, as you can tell. And once we find that perfect placement, we can then start removing that excess liquid from underneath. Quick pro tip here: if you spray down the top surface of a tint while using a squeegee, it obviously makes it glide easier, and obviously always work from the center out. If you see fingers popping up like we do here, you can use a little bit of heat, but to be truly honest with you, in this case, I don't think it's going to be a necessity. This stuff is not on too big of a curvature, so the more you work at it with the squeegee, as you can tell, the fingers seem to stay out of the material. Using a yellow TurboFlex is probably the best for this job. You can also use our felt tip squeegee, which does a great job, but this seems to get the majority of the material or the excess application fluid out the first time. Alright, once you have the front of the headlight pretty much in place, you can tell most of the fingers are gone. I'm going to go over it a few more times to make sure that there's nothing left on the back side. And once we're to this point, we're actually going to loop it around the corner. Okay, we switched positions on you here real quick just to show you a couple of little things. As you can tell, there's one little finger, and that guy's been fighting us back, probably because it's got a little bit of soap stuck under there. So since we have to use a heat gun anyway to taper this piece around that corner, we're going to go ahead and show you how to lay this down real quick with the heat gun. It's very simple. What a heat gun actually does, it'll apply heat to the surface of the film, giving it an opportunity to contour to the way of the film and obviously evaporate any liquid stuck underneath. So as you can tell, it's not hot enough to burn my hand, but I'm going to move it over the film, apply a little heat, move out that liquid as you see coming out, and then once I've made it all the way around, make sure there's no fingers anywhere else, and there's a little one right here actually, all the way on the front side. We're going to now work on looping this around. So the reason again that we're doing this with heat is to give that film a little malleability and to contour it around the corner to make it fit flush to the surface of the lens. So I'm going to apply a little heat, and as usual with anything else, we're going to work from the center out. So I'm real simple, I'm applying a little heat, and then I'm kind of using this motion to roll it into the groove, while at the same time removing any excess liquid. A microfiber towel would really be helpful in this case also to get rid of that excess liquid, but as you can tell, it really spans nicely into deep concave of the lens, giving this a great look once the hood is closed, which is obviously what we're looking for. We don't want any gaps showing and having what would appear as an unfinished product. Once you've worked your way all the way from one side to another, the only thing left to do is the other side of the car.